Hello. So for chapter 6, it works a lot with the normal curve. And when you have the normal curve, you count by your mean and then your standard deviation. The mean always goes in the middle, and then you keep adding the standard deviation as you go this way, and you subtract. Whoops, these should all be minuses. You subtract as you go the other way. So whatever your standard deviation is, that's the unit you're counting by. You can think of it as a number line, and you count by your standard deviations. The mean always goes in the middle. So with a normal standard deviation, a normal curve, the mean and the median should be the same value. If you look between one standard deviation from here to here, the orange spot, there's 68% if you add those together. So 68% is your middle, one standard deviation each way. If you go 2 standard deviations each way, the green box, then you have 95% of your data. And 3 standard deviations is 99.7, and they always leave this outer percent. It's usually your outliers. And so there is that percentage outside of it. If we have a normal distribution and you want to find the probability that x is less than 84, if they give you that as 0.62, you don't need to use the curve if they want to find the probability x is greater than 84, because you can use 1 minus the opposite value. It's called the complement. And so if we have x, probability x is less than 84, and we want to find the probability that it's greater than 84, the opposite, you take 1 minus the complement, or the probability it's less than 84, which then gives you 0.38 or 38%. And this is the formula. This is because the probability of not A equals 1 minus the probability of A.
I just saw you hold it in your hand. Get freaking registered.
Marcello! If we have, sorry about that, if we have a problem where the mean is 76 and the standard deviation is 8, we start with the mean in the middle, and then we're counting our units are 8 because that's our standard deviation. So as we go to the right, we keep adding 8. 76 plus 8 is 84, plus 8 is 92, plus 8 is 100. Going the other way, you subtract. Just like your number line, it gets smaller to the left. 76 minus 8 is 68, minus 8 is 60, and minus 1 more is 52. And that's how you find these values. So our middle 68% is between 68 and 84. This question says the probability higher than 76. So you find 76. We want higher than all of these. So we would add up these percents. And when you add those percents, you get 50% of the students. Now in the example, some of them ask for percent, some ask how many. If they ask how many, there were 1,300 people in the sample. So you take the number of people, 1,300, and multiply by the percent that you just found. So 650. If we wanted between 68 and 84, well, if we go between, it would be these two, the two 34s, added up is 68%. So it's 68% are between there. If you want to find the number, then you just, since our sample had 1,300, you multiply by 1,300. And one more, the probability it's more than 100. More than 100 is 15%, or 0.15%. And so we take that, remember you're making it a decimal, so this one gets pretty small, and that's why it's usually an outlier. We multiply by the 1,300, we get 1.95. Since it's people, usually they have you round to the whole number, so it would be 2. Sometimes they say still round it to the 10th, so always watch for what they say to round it to. Now you can also use the calculator, the TI-84 calculator, and I forgot to open mine up. Let me see if I can find it real quick. The one I used, just highlight this. It's the Smart View, and it has a free 90-day trial. There it is, 90-day free trial. All right, it's not coming up. I'm gonna stop recording, find it, and then